Poštovani. Pardon. 60... 61. Beogradski festival dokumentarnog i kratkometražnog filma od 2. do 6. aprila.
Will you stand a little bit closer that I'm not looking too much out of the camera?
Yes. I like Serbia.
Thank you so much.
U okviru specijalnog programa Zabranjeni glasovi imali smo priliku da pogledamo film članice žirija Barbare Miller.
Ça fait quelque temps que j'ai pu parler avec Beogradski sur Skype. On est vraiment très inquiet de sa situation.
Ioane Sanchez from Cuba could not be here.
The first time they brought me for interrogation, it was for hours non-stop. The main accusation was my blog.
I think documentaries for every country and for the whole world is a really important tool to tell the stories really from within the perspective of individuals, normal individuals living in different countries, and you as a spectator can really get to know more about the life and the inner life of so many people. So I think it's really important to make films in a documentary way, to see what people think and feel, and wherever you are in the world, if you see a documentary about a country or about a human being, you understand much more about the society and about what's happening in this country.
I never thought I would see a day that people die in the streets for the basic right of their existence.
Mi blog tiene 14 millones de hits al mes en el mundo.
Beogradski, elle aborde des sujets que peu de personnes osent aborder.
For me, it's really astonishing being here. I've heard a lot about Belgrade, the situation in Serbia. In Switzerland, we have a huge Serb population also, so it's part of our culture. Concerning films, we have a lot of Serbian directors who learned in Switzerland, and they're doing mostly documentaries or fiction films about their home. So I've seen most films like that. We don't. Andrea Stacca, for example, she won also the prize at Locarno Film Festival, I think 3 or 4 years ago. She's a really talented director, Serb director living in Switzerland. And at the festival I've seen now, like, I think I've seen 20 films already, and they're really, really amazing, and it's really thrilling to be here.
Ciao.
Quando poi ti vedo c'è qualcosa che mi blocca, non riesco a dire neanche come stai. Come stai bene con quei pantaloni neri, come stai bene.
Ciao allora.
Oggi.
Ciao. Would you like to think that my audience try to identify in these characters and see in their experience a little moment in their life, like my movie.
Carcata!
I'm preparing next project on relationship between people in a very exciting day in the year, and something will be happen, and the relationship will crash, and I can't talk more about this project.
I will continue all my life. I make money by TV, it's working for it. And for my heart, I like to make documentary films. And I like to photography, I like to make a little bit stories. On TV I work as editor. And for me, all time will be interesting to make a story about people. And I very like people, and I really like to find something interesting in simple people. I speak on the truth with this child, and he feel it, and he told me as a truth. And something from some episode from my film, he speak only one time, and it was on the camera. It's lucky for me. Most of this child are very close, and it's real big lucky. Then they can speak for you something interesting about his story.
Тогда папка у меня был пьяным, и мамку ножом втыкнул нечаянно. Папка из тюрьмы уже вышел, мамка только в больнице сейчас. Наверное, уже ушла.
That's interesting because for this film, in fact, the story, I found it when I was 16 years old. It happened in the place I used to live, and it was quite a shocking story for me as a teenage, and I think it started to bring me into political idea and to engage myself as a citizen, because what's happening is a guy who lived in the neighbor of my city was killed by cops. So at this moment, he really gets through all the people, and the feeling was strong. So I work with an association, and we decide to collect all this testimony about the people who notice, who testimony what happened. And I collect all that, and we try to make a trial, but it never works. So I take 10 years with this material, keep it, and after 10 years I wanted to do a film, to turn it into poetic way. Come back to my home, my hometown, and do the film with all we collect and all the story. So yeah, for me the story is very important because it's like yeah, the teenage moment. Like I decide to do films, and when I enter into politics. So.
En fait, ce jour-là, je revenais du travail et j'ai vu plein de policiers devant chez Jean-Mi, et Jean-Mi il était en train de ranger des affaires dans sa voiture. Bon, en fait, je suis parti le voir, je lui ai dit qu'est-ce qui se passe, Jean-Mi. Il m'a dit rien de grave. Après, la police, ils ont commencé à lui dire bon, tu nous suis, tu fermes ta voiture et tu nous suis.
I'm writing on a script right now about a short film, and I'm preparing a feature film as well. The short film it will be shot in France as well, and it's with concrete as well aspects. Like I really like when the reality contaminates my script. So I used to take some place where is already some living things happening. Like now it's going to be a technival where people take drugs and party. And then we come with a script mainly inspired by tragedy, like Shakespeare tragedy, to put inside of the reality, the ground of the reality.
En fait, on le voit, il est plaqué par terre, la tête contre le sol. Et il y avait 6 à 7 policiers sur lui. Et il y en avait un, il l'étranglait, quoi.
Na ovogodišnjem festivalu, pored eksperimentalnih i kratkih igranih filmova u saradnji sa Eurochannelom, videli smo širok dijapazon evropskih komedija. Razgovarali smo i sa direktorom Eurochannela. Poslušajmo šta je on tom prilikom imao da kaže.
This year there are 60 films, right? And they are from which countries?
Well, the selection this year, we are showing 21 films in this festival. The selection was done by the director of the festival, over 60 films. But I cannot tell you which in detail, but near all important countries are represented. And, but the whole short film tour makes 60 films.
Which one do you recommend to the audience?
I like the Serbian film, especially, and I like also, well, I prefer not to let you know because all this selection, probably they are the best of the best. You know, for us to do a selection, it takes 1 year. We start, once we have finished, we started the next year selection. We watch at about 1,000 films, so the 60 we choose, they are probably the best on the subject for the last 3 or 4 years. So I prefer not to give you a detail of preferred.
Pa meni je drago što bilo je dosta mladih ljudi ove godine koji su mi dosta pomogli da odradimo posao. Među njima ti si Una tu, bila je tu Tijena, bio je Marko, bila je Iva. Bio je isto Tonec koji je stariji kolega, tako da mi je drago. Ako ništa drugo, uspeli smo barem nešto da uredimo. Ove godine je dobro. A što bih preporučio? Preporučio bih Život ili smrt film. Pošto je to po meni jedan od posljednjih filmova, jedan od najboljih filmova u smislu gde je devojka pokazala svoj život, možda generacijski, zato što je mnogo volim Zipa i Opa, Maja, koji je inače jedan od poznatih naših manekinki. Tako da preporučujem ljudima da to gledaju.
From one-to-one positions, but no, let's restart. I have to think 2 seconds about it.
Ako želite da saznate ko su laureati 61. Beogradskog festivala dokumentarnog i kratkometražnog filma, imate još malo vremena. Čekamo vas.
61. Beogradski festival dokumentarnog i kratkometražnog filma od 2. do 6. aprila.